Hello friends, in this video I will demonstrate you how you can use Myfxbook Outlook Indicator to your advantage when you are trading Forex. You see Myfxbook Outlook Indicator here in the bottom. This is my Myfxbook Outlook Indicator. And I added monthly separators. Those lines, they are separating the months. And if we look closer at Myfxbook Outlook Indicator, you see that the bulls and the bears have a sort of a support. Like look here in January, months of January, the bulls stayed at the specific level from which they were bouncing up here. You see the blue line are the bulls that have been bouncing up from this support of 10,000 lot, and they didn't go below 10,000 lot. They have been always at this level and bouncing up to 35,000 lots. So this was their level of support back in January, while the bears, their level of support at the start of the month was at 20,000 lots, and later they move it to a higher level of support of 30,000 lots, where they remained for the rest of the month. So each month we see that the bears and the bulls stay at the specific level of support, and I mean Myfxbook Outlook Indicator. That is very, very important to watch. Because last month in February the bears stayed at around 20,000 lots. That was their level of support, while the bulls stayed at 30,000 lots and even higher on average I mean. And this is what we can use to predict the price moves. So if we know that the price is the bulls are at 20,000 lot, like here in January, we know that it is they are in the bottom, that they won't move lower, and that we can expect the movement. How do we use Myfxbook Outlook Indicator? We go in the opposite direction of the retail traders. Myfxbook Outlook Indicator shows us a retail positioning. What are the retailers doing? And price moves exactly to the opposite of what they are doing. So you see, when most of retailers were short, price was going up in January, and when most of retailers were long, price was going down in February. And if we look at the start of the month, we can always see who is dominated, bulls or the bears. Like by the start of the month, like in January, by the 3rd of the January, we saw that the bears dominated. It means it's indication that the price will be going up, you see. And then the rest of the months, they also dominated all the months. There were brief periods of bullish dominance here, and they didn't stay very much above the bears. So bearish dominance on Myfxbook Outlook Indicator means price will be going up in the opposite direction, the opposite to the retailers. So and here sometimes you have to wait until the 6th of the month to get the clear picture, like until the 9th of the month. So you have to wait some time. Sometimes some months are easier, like here for example December was pretty straightforward. At the start of the month you could see the bearish dominance, and you could see that the price will be going up the rest of the month, and that's exactly what it did in December. The bulls stayed at 10,000 lot, and the bears stayed at 20,000 lot during the month. So when you know that the red line is here at 20,000 lot, you know you have to buy, and that's what it happens. So, and it's every month like this. You see, months is bullish or bearish dominance, and we use contrarian approach. We go the opposite way what Myfxbook Outlook indicator tells us, opposite to the tail position, and that's very important to remember. We go opposite way. When the line is blue, we go down with trace charts. When the line is red above, when we have the red line above, like here, then we sell. So we do the opposite what the retailers are doing. And you see it was pretty clear, for example, in April here, it was so simple. You see most of April last year, and straight from the beginning of the month, you could see that the bulls dominated, so it means price will be going down. Those lines here on my chart are moving averages. You know, I use moving averages in my trading, and they are tier 3 moving average of the open and tier 3 moving average of the close, 8 periods, weekly, 4 hours, monthly, all together on one chart. It's an indicator. I call it moving average collection. It was paid. I don't think it's available now on MT4 market, but I bought it a long time ago, and it's a very good one. It plots moving averages of from different time frames. So even if I change time frames, it'll still the same. It will be still 8 moving average from the daily, you know, and here is from 4 hours. And so it's if the close is higher than the opens for 8 periods, it's also indication. It's a good extra tool that helps you with direction, you see, because if we zoom out, we can see that all 20,002 8 periods weekly close was below the open for all the way until October. Only in November, early November, it went above the open close. 8 periods moving average of the close is the red line, and 8 periods moving average of the open is the blue line. So it's kind of, I like to use moving averages, but here I wanted to explain you about, and those are tier 3 moving average. Tier 3, you see tier 3, it's one of the most precise moving averages out there, very good. Now February and March was a kind of complicated, but still I knew here by the 13th of February, I knew that the rest of the months price will be going down, because blue dominated most of the months, half of the months. By the 13th, the blue dominated. You see, they controlled more space, and the support of the bears became here at 20,000 lots. So I knew that they will keep dominating the rest of the month. That's what happened. Price was going down. I was shorting. I was selling all this move, but it's hard to find entries. Moving averages can help you with this. You can use exponential moving average or 8 period from, I usually use 8 period, or tier 3 moving average, whatever moving averages you like or prefer, which you find more useful for you. So you can use some double moving averages, as I use here, of the open and of the close. If moving average of the close is higher than of the open, you can also shift it 1 period at once. You know, I shifted. I do a MA shift because all moving averages they lack a little bit. So if you shift them 1 period, it will be more precise a little bit. So now, what to expect in March now? Let's see where the bears are and where the bulls are. You see, well, the bears are staying at 20,000 lot on average. That is their support. It's the same like in February. I don't think, it's very unlikely that they will break to the new level of support like it happened in January, though I don't exclude it. It's well possible. But very likely they will keep staying at 20,000 lots. So their level of support. So now they push it a kind of higher to 35,000 lot. Very likely they will go down to 20,000 lot. That's, they don't have strength. You see, they had been pushing up at the start of the month. They did this push and immediately went back to 20,000 lot. They pushed it to 60,000 lot at the start of the month, but they couldn't hold there. They couldn't hold at those levels, and they did another push to 50,000 lot and drop it back down. So I think they will also be going down now. So they will be staying at 20,000 lot because they don't have power to maintain at the higher levels. So, and we see, if we look by the 10th of March, we see that the predominant color was blue. Even by the 6th of the month, you could see that the blue color was more dominating about the red. So they had more area, so to say. The area they controlled was bigger than those of the bulls during the month, those of the bears. So you see, the blue was more frequently above the red by the 3rd of the month. I hope you understand this. And so by the 3rd of the month, I knew that the price will be going most likely down, and I was shorting this move. That's what happened, and now I'm shorting again because I expect the blue line to be dominating. Will be going up, I expect here, and this I expect to drop back to 20,000 lot. So it's all about the level. The level, you see, you can extra levels in Myfxbook Ooutlook Indicator. At what level the blue or red line stays on average during the months. You see, here in December, the bulls were on average at 10,000 lot, and the bears were higher on average at 20,000 lot. So they tend to keep to the same level during the months. You see, if you look, and from that level they push up or down. It can be also downtrend like here, or the uptrend, but still it's a question who controls the months. There is always a dominating force, bears or bull retailers who control the months, and the price goes opposite to their position, exactly opposite. As you notice here in April, bulls controlled the month and price was going down, exactly down. There had been all indicators showing that price is going down. Those candles are RSI candles. If RSI is above 50, it paints blue candles. If RSI is below 50, it paints red candles. RSI chart parts. So here you see that 8 period of the close was below 8 period of the open on weekly, monthly, daily, on all time frames. You see, and that was pretty clear, straightforward. Bears stayed at very low levels, 10,000 lot. On average, their support was very low. They had no power to push high or maintain at high levels, while bulls were staying much higher at 40,000 lot on average. So that's why price was going down, opposite to retail positioning, retail sizing on Myfxbook Ooutlook, because it collects data from all around the world. And trust me, 16,000 lots of euro being traded, it affects the market in the opposite way, strange enough. So the data from Myfxbook Ooutlook are pretty reliable because it's a huge amount of sizes that are being reported there, traded there by traders from all around the world, which are connected at Myfxbook Ooutlook. So now it's a kind of a mess a little bit here in February and March. This market does not know the direction, you see, but still the blue line dominated above the blue line dominated above the red. It's pretty obvious, and you could detect it, as I told already, from the middle of the month. It was clear, and then it stayed the same by the end of the month. Now we have also the blue dominance. Now it's 10th of March, and the blue dominates more. Altogether, if you zoom in here, I look on 4-hour chart, you see there was month started immediately with the bullish dominance, and it was more bullish dominance until the third. Now we have bullish dominance from the 7th to the 10th, another 3 days. So blue line occupies more territory than the red, and red stays at lower levels of support. So price is likely to go down, and I would expect a move down here to the new lows. Also here you see T3 of 8 weeks is below the open price at close, and so we might go down to even here, hard to say where the price will drop, and we just follow the Myfxbook Ooutlook Indicator. You can use round levels to trade off also round numbers. So you see bulls are pushing, blue line is pushing very high. They push it now to the record high of levels since August 2022. On 4 hours chart, you see they never traded so high since August 2022. They push it to 68,000 lot. Bulls push it. I mean, bulls mean they push it to 68,000, but price goes opposite, exactly opposite. So it means the bearish month is likely to continue, and we will see where the price goes. My target is at around level at 105. 105. My target is first target is here. After 105, because it's a round number, as you see, price really will react at that level and push up. It won't break so easily. So 105, and that's where I'm targeting, and that's with my plan for the month. So I wish you all the best, success in your trading. I hope you understand now how to use Myfxbook Ooutlook Indicator, the levels of support and resistance at Myfxbook Ooutlook Indicator, where the bull stays and where the bear stays on average during the month, at what levels. You can add all those levels, you can add the levels. You see, I added 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000. So, and then you can watch, you can analyze, see on average where they are staying, at what level, and they are likely to stay at that level the rest of the month, jumping up from that level. And you see, they had the bears had sharp moves here in February. They pushed it to 54,000 lot and immediately drop it back to the same level where they have been, 20,000 lot. So I knew that this move is kind of fake, that they didn't have power, so I was short in here. Yeah, I mean, I go the opposite to the color of Myfxbook Ooutlook Indicator, opposite to the retailers. Yeah, so that's how I'm doing it. All the best to you.